Coming to you live and uncensored. This is the Hype Podcast. I'm Oh So Fresh with my co-host, yet to be named.
That's me. We talk about everything from new gadgets, gizmos, politics, movies, and music.
And our very own personal stories, because you know a motherfucker has to keep it real.
For a time in the early 90s, it was like, yo, you had to lower your fucking car. That's just what you're going to do. And there was
it's a new law. We passed some legislation that
there
requires
was no real fucking benefit to it. I mean, I know a dude that just, people were doing stupid shit to lower their cars.
Dude, there's a Lexus rolling around town today. Like, I passed it on the way here, where it's got, like, its tires are at, like, 45 degrees and shit, and it's fucking slammed on airbags. And I'm like, dude, why do you drive that thing?
I don't quite understand it.
And it's like a late 80s, early 90s Lexus, too. And I'm like...
I know a dude. I remember a dude that just took out the springs. And, you know, back then we didn't understand exactly how dangerous it was. Oh, just have somebody heat the springs and just lower it and just, you know, like, you know, I went to the tire shop and I'm talking to the guy about it. I'm like, yo, I really want to lower my car, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you know how long the fucking engineers worked on the fucking car to make it stable as it could be? There was a guy who spent fucking years figuring out how long your springs should be so your car would ride at its maximum.
How fucking true is that? Like they got somebody, like a group of motherfuckers sitting in a room going, this is the exact measurement we need to let this car ride at for maximum comfort and stability and safety.
Yeah.
And then we come out and we're like, nope. And just fucking throw that shit out of there.
Just fucking heat the springs. Like my car is lowered. I bought it lowered, and that shit is horrible.
Right?
Dude, it is like riding in a go-kart.
Well, yours looks like a go-kart too. Like you could put some fucking Mario Kart stickers on that thing.
I totally should make a little Mario Kart little vinyl thing to go on there.
No, you can get one of those little, those little bumper keychains they have nowadays of like a banana peel or a fucking turtle shell and let it hang off the back as you drive.
Oh, that'd be dope. No, I think I'll take up the back window and just put Mario Kart 64.
Right, that'd be dope. No, what you do is you get fucking Mario, like the back of Mario's
back
head.
Of the head.
Oh, like, the back of his head.
Yeah, it looks like he's driving.
Oh yeah, no,
and then,
it's Mario Kart XB.
No, instead of like that little Mexican horn that the Mexicans put in their lowriders, that you can get the fucking Mario Kart that. Woo, 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 woo.
Then I'd hope. Or would I want the little cloud guy that drops you back onto the road?
Right.
So I'm just assuming you've played Mario Kart. If you haven't, then maybe you're listening to the wrong fucking podcast. This is the Hype fucking Podcast.
I am the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
And that's Swiss Michaels right over there. We are kicking it with you every single Sunday. We got a great show for you today.
He's not reading off that page. He actually knows that shit by heart.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before I go any further, let me give him the number. It's 442-999-HYPE. I should probably put that on the screen at some point.
You should. And I just realized that we're on camera and I pointed at you like people didn't see me point at you to give us the rundown. So what do we got for him today, Oso?
Oh, I thought you were doing the rundown.
I gave you the signal, but everybody saw me gave you the signal, so now it's weird. So.
Okay, so we got a solar eclipse coming up tomorrow. Oregon makes all drugs a misdemeanor. That's going to change up the game. Now, we had 2 deaths this weekend that I want to mention, and we'll get into those. Netflix is doing interactive shows. Choose your own adventure. Man, fucking millennials fucking everything up. Fuck it. It is what it fucking is.
I just want interactive porn. Can we get that?
They have interactive.
Whoa. Come on, Netflix.
They've had that. And so after we do Netflix, we'll have to talk about unlimited movies. I'm talking about unlimited movies. It's kind of dope. I mean, for $10 a month, what else you gonna do with $10? Buy heroin? No, it is only a misdemeanor. So,
also, hey, I forgot to tell you guys about this before the show, but I want to talk about one of the best April Fool's pranks in history.
In August?
Yeah. It happened 2 years ago. I just read about it. It's fucking fantastic. Hell, let's get into it right now.
Go ahead.
So, 2015, BMW wants to do this big promotion for April, right?
It was a very good year.
Yeah, right? So, April 1st comes around. BMW spent about $2 million promoting this ad. Bring your car to us on April 1st and leave with a brand new BMW.
Okay.
Who the fuck doesn't want to do that? So, it's all over the radio.
Hold on. This didn't require a gun.
No.
Okay.
So
making
all
sure.
over the radio, it's all over TV. Like, you got news anchors talking about it and shit like that, and nobody fucking shows up. Not one single person. They're like, oh, this is a fucking stupid prank. They just want us to come in here and fucking try and sell us a car.
Who will believe that shit?
Well, this lady, on her way home from her waitressing gig,
Yeah.
kicks on the radio. She's driving home to her 3 kids or whatever, husband she's got at home. Here's on the radio.
Does he beat her?
Right. He would have after this.
I mean, it makes the story
Who
more.
got you that?
It makes the story more interesting if he beats her.
Right.
Not saying it's okay for him to beat her, but it does make the story more interesting if he beats her.
Well, if he did beat her, he wasn't going to beat her after what happened next. So she's listening to this radio show, and they're like, oh, man, yeah, BMW's doing this, blah, blah, blah. We should totally send somebody down there. And, you got the co-host going, nah, they're full of shit. Fuck them. They just want you to come down there, buy a car. She's like, fuck it. It's on my way home. So she rolls in there in her little Nissan Sentra, hops out, and she's like, yeah, I heard this ad on the fucking radio. What's going on? And they're like, you just got yourself a brand new BMW. They threw a fucking party. She's the only person that showed up. She got a brand new M5.
I would see if I was her husband, I'd beat her joints up when she got home. Right after I drove the car.
Yeah, right.
And I hate to be, this might sound misogynist, but I would have to have my girl that won a car give me brain in the car.
That's not misogynistic at all.
I'm just saying that would make the car officially ours.
That's just pimp status right there.
Well, is it misogynistic or is it misogynistic?
Misogynistic.
Yeah, get some. Score 1 from me, bitches. No, so tell me more about this eclipse tomorrow morning. What time is this thing going on?
Was it like 10:30?
Well, no, I think it starts at 9:04.
Okay.
And then the so-called totality or whatever they get is like 10:15, right?
Really? So
Yeah.
don't look up in the sky. Everybody's rolling around with these glasses that look like they're going to a 3D movie.
Listen, don't look at the sun ever without.
Ever. You can look up. You can look up, but
Yeah.
don't look at the sun.
No, and they're going through like all this.
I've looked at the sun.
Really, how long have you stared at the sun?
I don't know. Not for like an extended period.
Thank you.
There's really
Hey,
nothing.
thank you.
I mean, there's nothing interesting going on up there.
Actually, there's a lot.
Except for pain.
Okay, Dr. Doolittle,
I thought it was on Mr. Peabody.
Mr. Peabody, Dr. Doolittle, whatever the fuck, Michaels. Hey, when you look dead at the sun, what is going on?
Well,
From what you can see,
From what I can see, nothing,
not from
but-
what you read in some
Whoa, whoa,
goddamn
whoa,
book.
whoa,
Is it?
whoa, whoa.
Were you there? Is it a fact?
no, but we know what's happening in the sun.
No, well, I know there's a big fucking orange dot in the sky. That's
It's
what
a
I.
big
That hurts when I fucking.
fireball that's producing and pulling itself back in. As fast as it
Thank
can.
you, Black Bill Nye. That was the most insightful fucking scientific adventure you've just taken us on.
I'm just saying, like, okay, how about this? Can you prove there's a sun in 15 seconds? Can you give us facts? State facts that will make us believe that the sun is whatever the fuck you
No,
think it is.
I want you to reword that because you asked him to prove that there's a sun, and I can walk outside and prove that to you right
Okay.
now by pointing at this giant flame in the sky.
Do you
What
want me
I
to
wa- no.
explain what a star is?
No,
Or
what I-
what
what I want-
Hold on. Let this man.
What I want you to explain is I want you to explain exactly what the sun is, what it is comprised of, and what it's made up of. Can you do that in 15 seconds?
And make it believable for me, because I might just call it all bullshit.
Okay, I don't know the components, but it is a bunch of gas that is superheated as it twirls around itself in space.
The Himalayas?
No, in space. Listen to what I'm saying. You're thinking like you know what I'm gonna say, but you don't. But no,
It's like this turned
as,
into an episode of the Jetsons.
as the sun spins around, all the matter superheats and tries to expand and comes back into itself, just like in the core of the planet.
Yeah, son. That was more than 15 seconds.
Who cares? Knowledge is power, son. I invite you to learn more.
Well, I'm officially dumber after hearing that
Yeah,
knowledge. So-
Because there's gas in the air. And,
There's no air in
Wait,
space.
hold on. Let me run this back real quick, because you were trying to check me right there over filling your mouth with shit. If you were going to say the Himalayas, then I would have called you stupid and kicked you off the show. I just threw that out there. Okay.
Basically, what I took from his explanation is if I spin around fast enough and fart, I can turn into a fireball.
I mean,
Yeah.
Basically, I don't He
we
doesn't
can't do that.
He
yet.
doesn't make me believe in what the sun is. I think that somebody threw an orange up high enough and it's just rotating around the earth as it decomposes and just gets brighter and brighter.
Thank
Damn it,
you
I keep
for
kicking this fucking
contributing
camera.
to
Right,
intelligent radio.
It is intelligent radio. Fuck your life.
Now what? So
No,
what
no,
I
you know
also-
what? It's the fucking drugs because they're legal now.
No, you know
It's the
what?
fucking
You know why
drugs.
they dropped this to a fucking misdemeanor now?
Why?
Because people are getting high as fuck and staring at the sun. That's
That's
why.
So Oregon last week, they passed a law that any drug, hard narcotics, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and knock it off. Heroin, cocaine, methamphetamines, and other illegal drugs will face less jail time. If it's your first offense getting caught with these hard drugs, you'll face less jail time.
Listen, if you're getting caught with meth and heroin, this is not your first go.
No. I mean, meth and heroin, I would think it's kind of like DUI, where, you drove home drunk about 100 times before they actually caught your
Dude,
ass.
you're not fucking driving anywhere on heroin. You find me somebody right now who does
No, I'm not.
heroin.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying in comparison. Like this isn't your first hit. There's.
Right,
I mean, let's check between your toes.
Now, meth, maybe. I mean, I really feel like somebody would be jogging or bicycling before they'd start driving because they just want to like move and do shit. And sitting in a car doesn't sound.
No, I'm not saying.
very
I'm not
awesome.
saying driving on these things. I'm just saying before you get caught, like you've done this shit a bunch of
Oh
times.
no,
before
you just
get
brought
caught.
up DUI, so it made me wonder.
Oh, okay.
Like if somebody is sitting in traffic going like this.
See now I live in fear.
Mommy, what is that man doing in the driver's seat?
Now I live in fucking fear that somebody's doing hard drugs while driving. That's horrible.
That's terrible.
Just freebasing some fucking smack.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if they catch you shooting up while you're driving, they should put you away for a long time. I don't know what law that is.
Dude, what law is that? Like, is that a fucking DUI, or did they just fucking pull out their taser and just shoot you?
Like you pull over, they pull you over, and there's just lines of blow on the fucking steering wheel.
Oh,
they just
know what?
fucking pull you over, and you're literally fucking cooking a spoon right in the fucking driver's seat.
You're cooking a spoon. You got your knee on the steering wheel. It's good fucking times. I mean, for me, I'd be like, officer, it was a long straight stretch.
No, it's really interesting because I've seen somebody smoke meth. Like I've seen it. I've been in the same room, and I swiftly left immediately after this started happening. But like literally, it's a fucking long glass pipe. You have to like boil that shit, and you have to hold a lighter on it long enough for it to boil, and then smoke starts coming out, and you have to inhale the smoke. Right? Well, try and do that shit while you're fucking driving because you have to like roll it, almost like you're making soup. You know how you have to stir soup or it'll burn.
You mean like they're blowing a glass pipe or something?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, okay.
yeah. Slowly, roll it so it boils evenly and shit like that. It's like, I swear to God, it's like making soup.
Could you imagine some kid takes that shit to show and tell?
Dude, that
Wow.
would be fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
what did you bring today, Timmy? Well, I found my dad's stash, and I don't know what this is. And just fucking opens it up, and there's a syringe and shit.
And that's the last time Timmy. That's the last time you're gonna see your dad, Timmy. Hey, but if it's only a misdemeanor, I mean, you got to think about this. I mean, that's a funny point when you bring up kids because if it's only a misdemeanor, as all these drugs are becoming less and less illegal.
Let's call it what it is. They're becoming more popular.
Yeah, they're becoming more popular, and because white people are going to jail. Let's be honest, that's what it is. White people are going to jail for this shit.
Hey,
And
I
they're
already
like,
made my reservation up at Larch Mountain Correctional Facility.
I don't even know where that is.
It's like a prison that's like 20 minutes away.
Really? Yeah. I don't want any of that action.
Right?
But I mean, how do you start explaining this to kids?
It's gonna turn out to be like a birds and the bees type of thing. Because I mean, by the time kids are 11 or 12 these days, they're banging it out already. So it's kind of weird.
I mean, I grew up in the '80s where it was just say no. It was a
Right.
straight line, black and white.
There was a lion with a black T-shirt on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he
you-
said,
Oh,
"Damn."
yeah.
You fuck with drugs, you're going down the wrong path. I mean, there's that commercial, this is your brain on drugs. Yeah. I mean, the one where the chick's a ballerina.
Give hugs, not drugs.
Where the chick's like, oh, yeah, she dreamed about being a ballerina, but she never dreamed about being a meth addict.
In the class 18.
It's so funny. Have you seen this commercial? Because you see a girl just twirling around, and then the camera pans up and she's a fucking meth addict. It's all fucked up.
Well, it's like those commercials with those old people with like laryngectomies where they have to like put their fucking finger over their throat. They're like, I started smoking when I was 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. That's
what blows me away is like they started smoking when they were like 11 and now they're like 72. That's a long ass life.
And then I can't lie, folks. Those commercials make me want to go have a smoke.
Yeah. No, you'd be a poster boy for like a cigarette ad, man. You're like 40-something years old and you look like you're 25.
I mean,
Get your Newport endorsement.
I'm just saying, like, the stress of the ad. I might miss a few minutes of the next TV show because I'm like, hold on. I need to smoke on this.
Yeah, right? Like, man, I can't believe what that broad went through. This stresses me out.
I got to calm my nerves.
No, that is really interesting though. Like they drop it down to just a misdemeanor. So I don't know the ins and outs of a misdemeanor, but I know that it's definitely not a felony.
And with a misdemeanor, there's a lot of places you'll apply for employment where you won't have to list a misdemeanor.
Right.
But a felony, yeah, you have to list that. So you have people that you're taking people out of the workforce because they had a little drugs on them.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to downplay addiction or whatever, but hey, whatever you do on the weekend, buddy, if you show up on Monday, fuck it.
If you show up on time and do your job, fuck it.
I mean, what the fuck ever. I've worked in entertainment my whole life. Whatever makes you get the fuck on stage, bro, we're going to go get you some of that.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah, please, these rock and roll guys in the fucking 80s. Like, I don't know how many drugs they did, but they did them all the time.
Yeah.
And if you read Eminem's book, he did ecstasy on the way to every goddamn show like the first 5 years that he was on tour.
Wow.
Yeah. Like his limo would pull up to his guy and he'd like throw money at his manager and be like, hey, get that. Roll down the window. Fucking hand him that money. Hand me that bag. Like it's in his book. It's in his fucking book. And he used to like kick the shit out of his manager because his manager would be like, man, come on. You can't get all fucked up before the show. He's like, fuck you. And he'd like kick him from across the limo. He's like, roll down the fucking window.
You ever wonder if you're at a show? Because it makes me wonder because I went to Bruno Mars a few weeks ago.
Right.
And like when he did 24K Magic, it was just kind of flat.
Right.
And then like he goes backstage, he comes back out, and the rest of the show is fucking
it's fucking lit.
It's fucking lit. It's on point. Well, and you wonder, as many concerts as we've all been to,
right? Mm-hmm.
When were you at the bad show? Like you don't even know it. Like you don't know what's going on fucking backstage,
right?
He could have fucking choked out a bitch, raped a bitch, smoked crack, and then got on stage, did the show,
did a fucking snuff film right beforehand.
And he did the snuff film after.
And you have no fucking idea.
Well, dude, I was actually, when they had, I think it was maybe like the first Boo Bomb concert when Jammin' 95.5 was around or something like that. I forget the name of it. But my buddy Otai, breakdancing buddy, he was performing with Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Up there on stage. So he's doing his breakdance thing. I go down and I'm hanging out by the stage. I didn't get to meet these guys, but I'm hanging out by the stage chatting with him. And Ja Rule's walking around on stage with like a fucking bottle of Hennessy or whatever the fuck he was drinking at the time.
What up, my baby?
Yeah, right. And two of his roadies like walk out to the edge of the stage with a backpack, and he like rolls over and starts rifling around in this backpack. Fucking threw something in his mouth, took a swig of Henny, went back to the show. Like no clue what he did, but he's just fucking popping pills and shit.
Yeah, you have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you don't know if that was the worst show of the tour.
Yeah, right.
You could be at the worst show of the fucking tour.
Like when Ashanti forgot the words to her song.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the song. Like you have 2 words in this song. Literally. It's baby. Yeah. And you. Like that's the entire goddamn song.
I can imagine. I did see a horrible Lauryn Hill show a few years ago.
Really?
It was horrible. Like she was yelling at her DJ. I was like, this is horrible.
Well, I hear she's a horrible person as it is.
She is not. From seeing her live and her lack of and the shady shit that she did around her album. I mean, as
Yeah.
you know, when you pick up her album, it says written and produced and performed by Lauryn Hill, and that was
Right.
not quite the case. And it came out later. And then, you know, when I saw her, I expected, I was at a festival where they were supposed to do the whole album.
Yeah.
And everybody had come out and done classic fucking albums. Snoop came out, all the shit. She comes out and does this reworking of her album in the most unappealing way I've ever fucking heard.
Well, on a more positive note, we'll get a lot more shitty artists in the Northwest because drugs are a misdemeanor now.
Would do artists migrate where the drugs are?
Well, I mean, it's just going to be easier. Like if we had the Jailblazers, like the team from mid 2000s up here now, they'd be in heaven.
But you know, I think when you lower the penalty for the crime, I think it should take value out of the market
Why is that?
because less risk.
But value out of the drug market, you mean?
Yeah.
Dude, people want drugs.
No,
That's
but
why
I'm
drugs
saying,
are addictive.
I'm saying when you reduce the risk on it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just a misdemeanor. I mean, if you got a good lawyer, even if you got a pound of this shit, you can get back down to a misdemeanor. First time. Hey, it was only 3 pounds. Fuck, I mean, I got a bad habit, bro.
Most people aren't fucking getting high for the thrill of being caught.
No.
Like, they're getting high to get high. They don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, well, now I don't have to worry about going to jail for a long time and having this tremendous fine. I get a little slap on the wrist. Maybe they give me my drugs back, depending on what they are. Who knows?
If they give your drugs back, that is progressive, my man. But you know what? Too many drugs will do to you. They definitely will bring you to a very soon. They'll end you pretty soon.
I don't know. It depends, dude. There's a lot of those fucking rock stars, man. I'm trying to live like those guys. I want to figure out what they eat.
Yeah.
And shit. Because, like,
fucking Keith Richards.
yeah. Yeah, we talked about it last week. He's like, what? He looks like he's 90 years old
I mean, the guy,
for like the last 50 years.
you know, the guy looks like he's done everything.
Yeah.
Like he would move here.
Yeah. Right? He probably has a house here somewhere that we just don't know
he
about.
doesn't want. I mean, he'll move over from the UK. He doesn't want to worry about the fucking bobbies.
Yeah.
Fucking with them.
The fucking bubbies.
The police that come to your house with no guns.
Right? Nah, those guys are a bunch of dicks anyway.
It's so American to think that, hey, police have to have a gun. No, they show up. I mean, a lot of motherfuckers get shot over there.
That's true. And speaking of dicks, you guys heard about Dick Gregory, right?
That was the most. Give him the Price is Right thing. That was a horrible transition.
I don't care. You weren't going to bring it up, so I figured
I
I'd
was
bring it
actually working my way
No, you
there
weren't.
because I was going to refer
No,
back
you
to Heath
weren't.
Richards, and I was going to go, yeah,
Heath-
you know,
Heath Richards?
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Heath Richards.
You know, that's Keith Richards. But, you know, I mean, I was going to say, well, yeah, if you take too many drugs, or, you know, I was just going to transition old guy to fucking old guy. But this weekend we have lost 2 legends. The yin and the yang, as Shaq would say, just because one's black and one's white. I guess that's what it is.
Comedy. That's not a coincidence. How do 2 great legendary
It'd
comedians
be a real coincidence if you could talk into your fucking microphone.
turn my mic on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why are you turning my mic?
Because I just went out the way of the camera. I want
Okay,
people to
but-
see your fucking face, your fucking mug.
Well, maybe I don't want people to see my mug.
Why? I mean, if you really want your rap career to take off, and they think that you're faulty on the soundboard, they might not pick up your CD.
That's true.
Maybe.
That dude can't even run a soundboard. Fuck.
How can you rap?
How could he rap?
Maybe I just wear a mask like him.
Yeah, you don't ever hear "Oh So Fresh" sorta in the mix.
Sort of. Yeah. So we lost Jerry Lewis. That was today, this morning, right?
Yeah. Which Jerry Lewis was it? I forget.
Not the one that that married his younger cousin. Like
The comedian Jerry Lewis.
yeah, the comedian
Oh, okay.
Jerry, not Jerry Lee Lewis.
Ah,
Them great balls of fire is still kicking.
and they're still on fire.
They're still on fire. You know, I read an interesting fact about Jerry Lewis. He claims that he got it in on Marilyn Monroe.
You know, a lot of people could make that claim. I'm assuming because she was one of them ladies, one of them promiscuous ladies.
I mean, just because you're pretty doesn't mean that you don't like to share.
That's true.
I mean, that's the assumption. See a pretty girl, oh, she's only giving it to VIPs. No, I've seen pretty girls give it to a lot of dogs.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's not a thing. But, you know, he did have a long life. I mean, you know, he started out in movies with Dean Martin. Dean Martin. That's where he kind of became the that's what made him really famous. I mean, because he was not an excellent singer, I'll tell you that much. And then he did the telethon for a long time. I don't know if they still do. They still do the telethon. I just don't know what channel it's on because I don't watch TV over there.
I don't watch TV at all, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, the telethon was cool because sometimes they would have people on there I liked, but then when I tuned back in because the show I like is supposed to come on right now, it would suck because they always did them like, what was it? Labor Day. They always did them like Labor Day weekend.
The whole fucking weekend.
The whole fucking weekend would be the fucking telethon.
Yeah, you just want to watch that one show.
Yeah.
And it's only on weekends. Like your episode's on Saturday, and they're like, "Oh, we just have 17 more hours to go." You're like, "No,
dude, I'm a kid. I can't do shit.
Right?
I can't help."
You ever consider picking up that phone and be like, "Hey, can you guys cut this shit off?"
Actually, I did try and donate once. And they sent me a bill, and then I had to.
They sent you a bill?
Well, you say, "Hey, I'm going to donate because it's a pledge."
Okay.
You don't actually. You can, but back in the day, you couldn't. I mean, people didn't want to give out their credit card numbers like that.
What happens when they send you this bill? Can you just throw it away?
Let's throw it away. It was because it's a pledge.
That's fucking awesome.
I don't want to call what he was doing a racket, but
it's a fucking racket, dude. It's a goddamn racket.
But the money on the screen, when you watch a telethon, my people, the money on the screen is money that
is promised.
It's promised. It's not all there yet. Now they've gotten better. Like, well, let's just get your credit card right now. Oh, you can't make it today? Hey, we'll come back. We'll set a date. We'll set a transaction. 10 days away? Yeah, you get paid by.
Yeah, they sell the shit out of you nowadays.
Yeah. I mean,
we still don't see the effects of that money anywhere.
Make some goddamn advancement. Fuck.
Like they're still using the same fucking rotary phones and shit. Like they're not even buying new phones.
It's not. Fucking. Learn to text.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sure you can text in your fucking pledge now.
I do a telethon on fucking Snapchat so I could tune out.
Yeah, right. Telethon on Snapchat. So it'll disappear.
Yeah, 15 seconds. Yeah, every 15 seconds.
No, the other guy we lost was Dick Gregory, and he was 84. And this guy's a fucking maniac. Check this out.
Gregory died Saturday. He was 84 years old. He gained notoriety in the early 60s as one of the first African-American comics to perform for white audiences.
But Gregory was not content to simply tell jokes. He used his fame to advocate for civil rights in an era of strict segregation. His experiences with discrimination and injustice became the backbone of his comedy act.
Later in life, he became an author and motivational speaker, advocating spirituality and healthy eating.
Dude, that guy did a lot of shit in his life.
Oh yeah, and he broke a lot of ground for black comics. He was really one of the first ones to really cross over and go mainstream with it.
Wouldn't it be ironic though if he died from like eating junk food?
We all die from eating junk food. I'm sure he was a comic. I'm sure he ate this shitload of junk food. I mean, not because if you die from junk food, it's not because you're eating it today. It was probably because you ate it 20 years ago and it's still sitting in your fucking.
It's because that Taco Bell burrito you had fucking 6 years ago.
It's still sitting in your fucking intestine. Something just blocks up.
Oh God, that would be terrible.
Yeah,
a fucking Taco Bell burrito is your demise.
Yeah.
Not just that, a 6-year-old fucking Taco Bell burrito.
I have to say the Taco Bell curse. It is true. I'm saying it doesn't strike every time, but it is true. It will rain down on you. So think about that when you're drunk on a fucking Friday and Saturday night, and you've been drinking Fireball and you mix that with Taco Bell.
Oh, why? No,
the
fucking hair on my arm just stood up when you said that. Jesus,
you're gonna fucking explode in the morning.
Yeah. First of all, I don't drink fucking Fireball, and God, no, dude, just no. That's like syrup in a fucking bottle.
Yeah, that's just not good.
Remember that scene from Super Troopers where they have the maple syrup and they're doing the chugging contest? That's what Fireball is to me.
Oh.
Yeah, and it leaves a bad residue.
Yeah, in your life, not just in your mouth.
No, because Fireball definitely that's a headache waiting to happen.
God, no shit.
All that sugar.
Yeah, no, I went to a little beer festival last night and they had a bunch of cover bands, and they're just giving you the samples of beer, right? Some of them were like pretty fucking sugary and sweet.
Yeah.
And I only had like one or two of those ones because as soon as I drank it, I was like, ugh. Like I could feel the fucking hangover just like seeping through my pores.
That sugar just makes it jump off.
Yeah. I would literally fucking rather sit at home than fucking go out and drink shit like that. I'd sit at home. I'll just watch my Netflix, fucking call it a night. Like,
Yeah,
fuck it.
because if I'm sitting at home, I have no desire to drink Fireball while I'm sitting at home.
Get my Taco Bell, watch some Netflix, call it a day.
Because that's how them damn drunks do it. I leave the house and drink with other people.
Right.
As long as I'm drinking with other people, then there's no problem. Anyway,
I don't know. There's almost been a problem a few times. Yeah, almost. By the skin of our teeth, there's been not issues.
well, there's no like habitual problem if I go out and only drink with others. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I am functional. Sorry to get off track, but we do have a clip of the comedy of Dick Gregory. G-Unit.
Dude, check this guy out.
Before our movement, a white woman couldn't do nothing on an airplane to be a stewardess. Couldn't be a pilot. Like you have to have some kind of smarts to be a pilot. You see the stupid stuff there? They lost a damn plane. That's why we black folks travel with Greyhound. Greyhound ain't never lost a bus.
That's actually newer material from Dick Gregory, so he's referring to Malaysian Airlines plane that fucking disappeared.
Fucking disappeared.
Disappeared.
No, what's real? See, I love those little conspiracy theories about that shit. And if you watch some of his other videos, like he goes off. Like he says that Michael Jackson was murdered. He says Prince was murdered, and he gets fired up too. Like he starts smacking the table, like, "Daggone boy, you don't hear what I'm saying? They killed him." And you're just like, Dick Gregory, what the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, he's been in the know a long time.
Do you think they
and he's
killed
been
him?
around.
Yeah, he marched with the king like every other motherfucker from that generation.
Yeah. He was all up in the Bill Cosby business as well, like explaining why Bill Cosby's going through this now.
Oh, he explained all that?
Yeah. And I mean, in his conspiracy theory fashion, but he broke it down.
Because him and Bill Cosby go way back.
Yeah.
Yo, so I didn't get a cause of death when we looked up the articles. Did you?
It was heart failure.
Heart failure.
Yeah, I think the scientific definition was old as fuck. I think that's what he died of.
He was on SoundCloud. He heard your song. It was like,
he's like, man, this beat's a killer. Too soon? Too soon?
No, he was like, I didn't fight for this shit. I did not fight for this shit.
No, we need see. I wish right now we could see two things:
What?
Dick Gregory's browsing history and his Netflix preferences. That's what I would want to see if Dick Gregory's right now.
What do you think he'd be watching? I know he would watch 13.
Well, maybe I'm thinking maybe alien shows, conspiracy documentaries, maybe some comedy.
Man, I don't want to sidetrack. I don't want to
You know,
sidetrack.
you watched the new Dave Chappelle.
I don't want to sidetrack too much, but the conspiracy documentaries on Netflix fucking suck.
Yeah. Step your game up, Netflix.
I mean, really, I'd rather wait all year for Frontline to do some shit because they're conspiracy documentaries.
No,
suck.
you know what they need? They need like a little fucking Sherlock Holmes like Netflix ensemble where you get to go in and like be the fucking detective.
Well, that's where it's coming. That's what's coming to next.
What?
Yeah.
When?
It's gonna be interactive. When does that
They
start?
just released their first interactive show.
What's the name of the show?
It's called Puss in Book. Trapped in an Epic Tale. It's supposed to be a 23-minute spinoff of Puss in Boots. They're coming with 2 new shows. Oh shit, Buddy Thunderstruck and Stretch Armstrong in the next 2 months.
What about me?
Yeah, really.
I don't want to play with the puss in boots.
Well, I feel sorry for you then.
No, I want something cool.
Not the Netflix one. I mean, I don't turn on the TV when I want to see a Puss in Boots.
Listen, we got virtual reality, fucking video games and shit. I want some VR Netflix where I can go into my show
I would
and
love-
fucking
Like
be
you
the main
want to be in
character.
Stranger Things next season.
Yeah,
would-
like if I could be a character in Stranger Things and watch that TV show through like the main character's eyes and hear what he says, like it's me, that would be fucking fantastic.
Call Netflix.
Well, they make video games like that. The Telltale stuff, the Walking Dead, and we just picked up
The new
Batman.
Batman Telltale.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that was VR? Like you had to sit there and watch from Bruce Wayne's perspective.
It would be nice if they just made a TV show like that. Because, I mean, all it is a whole bunch of cut together scenes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I
Hey,
can see that.
do it again. Do it
what
again,
was
Billy.
That movie that came out not too long ago, like Hardcore Henry or whatever.
Oh, where it was total VR?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
It was total first person?
First person.
Yeah, That'd be fucking sweet.
Did that movie make people sick?
I have no
No,
idea.
that movie was rad as fuck.
No, meaning like the vibrating camera. is
No,
what
I
was
watched
asking.
it. It was rad. It was
Yeah.
great. Well, at
No,
least I
but
didn't get
that's
sick.
not the counterpoint to if it made it.
If it
people
made other
sick.
people sick. But
No, I watched it and I had no issues. Then you go, hey, it was rad as fuck.
I wouldn't doubt it because the Blair Witch made people throw up too when it came out.
Well, I know with some of the settings on my video DJ stuff, like they tell us to turn off the strobe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you remember when Paris, the Kanye Jay-Z song came out?
Yeah.
That thing, that they put a warning on it because it blinks a shitload. Like,
Just
dude,
giving people fucking seizures and shit.
Motherfuckers having seizures.
But
and
is
shit.
that shit not the hypest shit ever?
It's a great video. It's a great video. I'm just saying. I mean, it flashes a lot. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it's like to have a seizure triggered. If you want to hit us up 442-999-HYPE and tell us about your seizure, we're not going to play it on the show.
They need to. They should
I'm just saying,
enlighten us.
if you want to. But I mean, I got there's a lot of movies that I'm looking forward to in 2018, like a new Bad Boys.
Dude,
new
are they
Bad Boys?
actually gonna make that movie?
They're gonna make a new Bad Boys. But what's really getting me excited is like pause, not excited to be around these motherfuckers. I mean, pause on that shit. Unlimited Movie Pass. With this service, you can spend $9.99 per month and see unlimited movies once every 24 hours. I'm saying that like they're a fucking sponsor. They are not a sponsor of the show. They don't give a fuck about the show. I don't think they even know it exists. But it sounds like a cool service.
Dude,
Dude, so can I book my movie? Like, can I book 5 movies?
No.
In one day for
No.
all week?
So the only downside to this app and card is that you have to be within the range of the movie theater to even activate it. You can't go home and be like, oh, I want to see this movie that's coming out in a week. No, you have to go to the theater, and that shit could be sold out.
I have to go all the way to the movie theater, and I'm paying you $10 a month.
Right?
So I have to go all the way out there.
But it's unlimited. You just see another movie.
Just see another movie, or just
I
come
mean, you
back
can
and see
see
the
what-
same movie.
I could save gas and just go to gomovies.sc. They got all the brand new movies on a fucking website.
But you're not in the theater getting ripped off.
I ain't got my $8 popcorn.
Let me tell you about going to the movies. The movies is a hardcore experience for me because I have to sneak shit in. Even if I'm full.
You're not doing it right.
I mean,
just for principle.
You're not doing it right if you don't have a little box of Ubers in your pocket.
Oh, dude, I walked in last time with a chicken sandwich in each pocket.
Dropped off at Wendy's first.
A fucking chicken sandwich?
You ain't done it? You haven't done it like that?
What up, gangster?
No, dude. You know what I want to see? I want somebody to go walk in there with like one of those fucking grande meals from Taco Bell. Just like a couple $5 boxes.
Get you and your girl. Get her to take a really big
See,
bag.
you can't. You could pull that off. You could.
You can take a burrito.
pull it off.
Yeah, get your girl.
You get
to
10
take a
fucking
really big
burritos.
bag.
Yeah,
10 burritos.
She just has a bigger purse. I mean, it depends on how hardcore your girl is. Now, if she's willing to take the shit out of her purse because she's not going to need any of that shit in there.
That's
true.
true.
I mean, in a medium sized purse, you could totally get 10 burritos in there. Fuck yeah.
I want to point
I
out.
walked in with a Big Mac, 20 McNuggets, fries, the whole shebang.
God damn, did you not look like you was like 5 pounds heavier?
Right purse.
Right?
Dude, all I'm saying.
Hey, don't try to be a dude and pull that off with a backpack.
Right.
Because they're going to
They gonna
stop you.
search that shit.
They're going to stop you. I'm like, I went in one time and I was like, this is for dinner later. He's like, nah. I'm on the bus. I can't.
Well, dude, and I gotta also point out like that shit is not very stealthy. Like you pop open a Big Mac, somebody in the front row gonna be like, "Is that McDonald's?"
But you know, I sit there with probably like, what the fuck you gonna do?
Yeah,
right?
like, I'm already here. I'm already in here. I'm already in here.
No, but as another customer, because every time I buy something and bring it in, you're gonna smell that shit.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I got the McNuggets.
McNuggets.
They're fucking here.
Fuck your popcorn.
There are McNuggets within your proximity, and you know what they smell like. And you know they taste better than that shitty popcorn, that stale ass popcorn you got.
And I got my barbecue
And you know,
sauce.
I wish a motherfucker would walk up to the front and say he got shit in here.
Why you snitching?
That is the definition of snitching.
Dude,
I mean,
you really think people would go snitch on you for that? I think you you're more than likely gonna get the usher that walks in with his little light, and he's gonna.
Well, that's why you got to do it.
He's gonna be
pimp
walking.
sex.
He's
You gotta
gonna
hold
be
it
walking
down.
by.
You gotta
He's
hold
gonna
it
be
down.
walking by to check the door, like they do. He's gonna watch a few lines of the movie, make sure people aren't getting rowdy. He's gonna walk out, and as closer he gets to the door, it's just gonna hit him.
Smell.
He's just gonna hit him.
You smell the chicken nuggets and the barbecue sauce.
And he's just gonna start visualizing and be like, wait a minute, I'm at work. Where the fuck is this smell coming from? And then he's gonna start walking the stairs. He's gonna be prowling for the chicken nuggets.
And that's when you put them under your seat and you're just watching the movie, fam.
See, it ain't even like that, fam.
I would just eat that shit.
I'll tell you straight up. I mean, I've done this a lot of times. Ushers rarely roll through. That's why there's so much sex in movies in the theater. But anyway,
I had a guy fucking smoke a joint.
Hold on, you came up with. I had a guy right after I said sex in the theater.
I had a guy
what?
smoking a joint. Like
the-
in the same fucking row as me. Like some guy sparked up a joint in the middle of this movie once.
God damn.
What movie was it?
I don't remember, but
If
I
it wasn't
believe,
Friday, then you were not justified.
No, I think it was like Transformers.
Oh,
yeah.
I was so smoking joint. Good move, my friend. Good move.
But yo,
I'm saying with the usher thing, like you like ushers, they come in, they check out for a second. But I did have one roll up on me once, and he kind of shined the light, and I kind of looked at him like.
Like what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? I mean, I'm in here now. You know what I mean? Because I'm not walking out this motherfucker without a loud fucking discussion going on.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, what? I gotta leave? Because I got some McDonald's? What? You don't serve this. I bought the big fucking drink. I walk in there, I buy popcorn, I buy a drink. Going to the movies with me is very expensive because I buy popcorn and a drink.
And a ticket.
Plus, I got my McDonald's pack. Hey, I've contributed my fair fucking share.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to make it back to the community college with both them fucking legs, I suggest you turn the light off.
I suggest you get up out my face
and make a move the next direction.
No,
man.
no. See, like the only thing you could possibly fathom in that is like you're making minimum wage. You got a little baby flashlight, and you walk up to somebody you're like, "Oh, excuse me, you can't have that in here," and they look at you and go, "What you gonna do? There's more of us than there are of you, fam." What are you? I would just moonwalk the fuck out of there. I'd have been like, "Hey, I'm making my minimum wage. I'm fucking out of here."
No, but check this out. Even if it's a 100-pound, 5'2" female,
right,
and you roll up with your flashlight, and she goes, "Well, what you gonna do?"
Right.
I mean, really, the fact that I'm fucking Usher, man. You want me to physically remove somebody because they walked in with a goddamn Happy Meal?
You're not a bouncer.
It's like, motherfucker, share the toy and we'll call it a day.
Right.
Why the toy? Get the fries.
Because I don't want them to be. I don't be touching on fries they've been touching on. I'm funny about my fries.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, French fries sound delicious.
They do.
Yeah, we should
I made chicken, but I didn't season it correctly. So the host with no name is now the host.
I'm boycotting your
the
chicken.
host that's an asshole. I got up this morning and barbecued chicken before this even started.
You baked it?
I barbecued it.
In the oven?
No, I barbecued it, and
Okay.
my barbecue ran out of whatever. The
Okay.
coals went cold.
The coals
Okay.
died.
And then I baked it the rest of the way.
Okay, so you baked it, basically.
It
Half
tastes like
barbecue, half
barbecue, motherfucker.
It tastes like chicken. That's basically
It tastes like it's been charcoal chicken. You know what I'm saying? It don't need the sauce to be barbecue. That's just
Yeah, it does. though.
it does. It is. If you cook the motherfucker over coals, then it has been barbecued.
Yeah. Okay, so there's two different.
I don't know. All I know is I saw you pull them out of the oven. That's all I saw.
Yeah, because they weren't done. I mean, if you want a raw chicken, hey, I could have left it.
So you baked them. Basically, that bottom line is you baked them.
You
Let's
put
be
them
honest.
on the grill first.
They were a little bit red.
All right.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
We can get into this right here. If you want to get all fucking antsy, we can roll out to like a Chuck E. Cheese and fucking we can do this damn thing.
You want to skee ball it out?
Yeah. We'll fucking go down. What is it? They have those fucking darts and shit, like with the suction cups on them for the kids.
They don't have darts.
Yeah,
They do?
Yeah, they got little. You know those little Nerf fucking suction cup
Okay.
darts? They got like darts that they throw the fucking.
Oh, I
I
know.
mean, they have to.
All I
If they
know-
had actual pointy ones, people would actually start getting hit with them in the fights.
All I know is I don't fuck with it because when I go, I've been there for several kids' birthday parties.
None of your own though.
No, I don't take them to Chuck E. Cheese. But when I go, the games are outdated. The shit is just, it's horrible. I mean, really, and I don't understand with Chuck E. Cheese and them all up on stage, the animatronics, like, I don't understand, were they that shitty when I was a kid and I just didn't notice? Or did they really just let them go down to shit?
I was going to say, I think it's the same exact animatronic robots as when you were a kid. So they're just like worn out and fucking downhill. They've had, ice cream cakes thrown at them.
Who repairs those?
Somebody who went to community college.
Hey, we got a clip about Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, Chuck E. Cheese is also getting a makeover.
The children's restaurant chain is getting rid of its signature animatronic characters in favor of live Chuck E. Cheese performers. The revamp includes dance floors, more muted colors to appeal to parents, and in some locations, open kitchen designs for an updated look.
Man, you just said bring out the strippers. Could you imagine little Timmy Tim, 8-year-old birthday party, going to see Sugar Lumps at noon?
Yeah, I can. Because they serve beer and wine now.
They've always served beer and wine.
Always?
Yeah.
Like even when we were little?
For years, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Well, then again, I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese since I was like 9.
One turned 21, yeah. I went to Chuck E. Cheese with my daughter, and I had a beer.
Dude, I think that's what we're doing for my birthday this year. We're gonna go Chuck E. Cheese this shit up, man.
But there's a little bit of a problem with the beer because not everybody handles beer quite like we do. I mean, you got a lot of let's just say party rookies that go to Chuck E. Cheese, and sometimes it can get a little bit out of hand.
Some families who turned out for a night of fun at a Miami Chuck E. Cheese's instead got to witness or take part in an all-out brawl.
See, this is the thing about Chuck E. Cheese that nobody talks about. It's actually very common for people to get into fights at Chuck E. Cheese.
Why? It's like the happiest place on earth.
I don't know, but I looked up on YouTube and I got like 3 full pages of nothing but people just fighting each other.
It is a normal thing for brawls to happen at fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
like, hey man, get your motherfucking kid out of the little motor car.
And my kid wants to be in the ball pit now.
We're talking about Chuck E. Cheese, the place that you can't walk into without a child.
Right.
So it's not just random adults.
Right.
Now, the likelihood of me seeing some motherfucker from high school or college that I just didn't like, it's a little bit higher, but we're here with our kids. I mean, what do you want to do?
Be civil.
What do you want to do? You want to go outside and play shoulders?
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? I mean,
yeah, remember that one time in 8th grade? Fuck you, man. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's dodgeball. Yeah. You should have dodged. Seriously, man.
Now tell your little bitch ass daughter to get off the fucking unicorn so my kid can have a turn.
And see, that's when you get popped, and that's when the brawl starts.
You know when it starts? Skee ball tickets. If somebody's...
don't fuck with my tickets. You fuck with my game tickets? Oh,
if somebody stole my skee ball tickets, I would fuck you up.
Dude, no, it's going down. Like, I want my fucking, pencil eraser. I want my little fucking, gadgets and shit that you get in the little toy rack. All those tickets are mine, bitch.
Man, play this tape fucking back. Man, woman, child, I gives a fuck. If you steal my skee ball tickets, it's going down for real. Seriously.
And that's fucking reality from the Hype Podcast.
And, it's the thing is it's part of it. I could see it just being the kids because the kids are out of control.
Yeah.
And if you approach a child and you speak to him or her wrong, in this tone like an adult speaks to a child, because we're supposed to speak to children like they're fucking equals. If you didn't hear,
oh, dude, suck a dick.
No, but that's the way it is. And if you talk to a child like they're a child, their parents can come back up and be all hyphy about it.
Dude, I don't even like when I'm shopping in the fucking grocery store. The 4 or 5 little kids that are running around with Mexican mommy and she's not doing shit about it to fucking keep them under control.
Yeah.
I just keep going. If they go in front of my cart, I don't fucking stop. I'm just like, I bump the shit out of them and go, oh, oops. And I fucking stare at the parent. And I just look at him and go, uh-huh. Like, yeah, that just fucking happened.
What if you were in a car?
What about it?
You wouldn't hit a little motherfucker in a car.
Exactly.
Now you're getting out of hand. See?
No. Let him finish.
You want to explain how the sun works again?
Yeah, you go right back into it. No, I'm not explaining to you how the sun works. You wanna know how a black hole works?
The sun gets up every day at 6 a.m. and works all day. That's how it works.
I know how black holes work. Probably better than you.
Maybe we should talk about it.
Time and experience, my friend. Time and experience. So when they say the magic word black holes, that means it's time to go. This is the Hype Podcast. I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
I am the host with no name.
And I'm Swiss Michaels.
And we are kicking it with you every single Sunday. You got a couple shout outs earlier you wanted to get to.
Oh, who?
I don't remember. It was some dude. You were going to shout out some dude.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We have to put out an APB. Where's your cousin?
Oh, where is your cousin? Where's Junior?
Junior is missing. We haven't seen him since like
Junior,
Thursday.
Junior won't get this late in the episode.
Yeah. So, especially if he's in jail or dead. I mean,
why? Whoa.
This is evidence that we noticed he was gone.
Yeah, it's true. Well, we noticed late. Like, you guys are like 4 days
No, but
late.
there's a date stamp on this.
That's true.
So, they were like, oh, he noticed he was gone.
But either way, can I end out? I just want to let all the people know, don't look at the fucking sun tomorrow. That's all I got to say left.
People who make it to this far into the episode are usually smart enough not to do that shit.
Don't look at the sun.
This is the Hype Podcast, the podcast after the podcast, and I really like the show today. You can check us out on YouTube. Make sure you leave your comments because I think we got everything right. And if we didn't, fuck your life. This is the Joe So Fresh from the Hype Podcast. We out.
Bye, Felicia.